New York City in 1977 was very much on edge. The Son of Sam was stalking, and the fabric of the cash-strapped city was coming apart.
All the services had deteriorated. The subways were filled with graffiti, crime, police, fire, sanitation, education, social services had all been decimated.
A total of 4 lightning strikes north of the city knocked out vital power lines.
With demand for power unusually high because of a heat wave, other generating plants unable to handle the load began cutting themselves off. It took only minutes before it was all over. New York had been disconnected from the nation's electric system.
It's an eerie sight standing up here, looking out at Lower Manhattan, the tall skyscrapers, the twin towers of the World Trade Center, all darkened.
I looked outside and everything was black.
I was in the movies and a great sexy scene, and it suddenly blacked out.
Oh, I was in the middle of a blowjob with a client, and all the power went out.
The street lights started going out one at a time, like boom, 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 boom.
It was just after 9:30 p.m. when the streetwalkers in Times Square were suddenly doused in darkness, when thousands of passengers on graffiti-scarred trains became stuck, often in tunnels.
Less than an hour after the electric light failed, individual New Yorkers in most neighborhoods were directing traffic. But in the worst slums of the city, the light of mindless violence lit up the sky as the blackout divided the town into 2 societies separate and unequal. In the Bronx, in Harlem, in South Jamaica, and Brooklyn, many of the have-nots abandoned whatever restraint had kept them in check. Tens of thousands of poor became a disorganized army of the night.
The time of the blackout was 9:34 p.m. Will be remembered forever.
Neighborhoods throughout the city exploded into violence. More than 1,600 stores were ransacked, looted, and destroyed. Over 1,000 fires were set. Firefighters could do little but to let many burn themselves out. Looting was so widespread, some people characterized that night as Christmas in July.
I got me a stereo, clothes, a bicycle, a bracelet. I got over a lot of things.
More than 3,000 people were arrested during the blackout. Street cops tell me that was but a small fraction of the reality. Tens of thousands learned crime can pay.
So now, but nobody's working. So this is 77. Everybody know that time is hard now. People, they want things. They want luxury, furniture, clothing, and food. So this is the first opportunity to get it. So they're going to take it. If I was out there myself, I would have got what I wanted too.
Police made more than 4,000 arrests. The blackout couldn't have come at a worse time for the city, which already was in the throes of financial crisis. Crime was at an all-time high. The streets were filthy, and a serial killer known as Son of Sam held the city in the grips of fear.
The time of the blackout was 9:34 p.m. Will be remembered forever.
Everybody was like, hit the store, hit the store, hit the store. I proceeded around the corner because there was an electronics store and they had DJ equipment in there. Yes, I did sneak in there, help crash the gate down, crawl in and pull out a Clubman 2 mixer.
Wait, what? Before that blackout, we had literally just maybe 4 or 5 legitimate DJ crews. The very next day, it sprung this whole revolution of DJs. That was a huge spark and a huge contribution to hip-hop culture.
After the blackout, you had a DJ on every block.
Tens of thousands learned crime can pay.
The whole neighborhood went dark.
And you know what it was? Blackout. It was a blackout of 77.
Blackout.
1977.
Blackout. People just started screaming blackout.
1977.
Blackout. People just started screaming blackout. People just started screaming blackout.
New York City in 1977.
Blackout. People just started screaming blackout.
Will be remembered forever.
Everybody was like, hit the stores. Hit the stores.
Anarchy, war, rioting.
New York City in 1977.
Anarchy, war, rioting.
New York City in 1977.
Everybody stole turntables. You had a DJ on every block. You couldn't say, I'm going to be a DJ. You needed equipment. You had a DJ on every block. All pandemonium broke. And then you heard like bottles breaking and people just running and
sound of glass breaking, cars screeching, guns going off, and motherfucker, get away from my door.
New York City in 1977. New York City in 1977. New York City in 1977. New York City in 1977.
Blackout. It was the blackout of 77.
But it was another one of those life lessons, man, and another thing that we survived in 77. You know what I mean? We survived in 77. Blackout. We survived in 77. Blackout. Once I got behind the turntables, it was something that was overwhelming, something that actually took over.
And it'd be like a sound clash, and whoever had the loudest system would overrule.